it being Mindfulness Monday. Um, yeah, it's I don't think it just is what it is, right? So it's a 9 hour time difference, meaning where I came from is 9 hours ahead. So it's well, 9 in the evening for me now. But clearly it's not 9 in the evening here. So yeah, the circadian rhythm and just sort of your biology is just really, really wacky. And what a great opportunity to practice this thing called mindfulness. So I thought it'd be neat to just make the differentiation between we do a lot of meditating here, or we practice meditations. And I think of the meditations are it's the doing, or it's the practice as a means to getting to the state of being, which is the mindfulness piece. And yeah, and so just drawing the distinction here, the meditation is these are techniques, and they can be. I'll draw the distinction between like formal meditation and informal. So formal is kind of what we do here, right? We sit down at a specific time, we close our eyes, and then there's a process that we go through. Informal is something that I do all the time, and so for example, traveling, standing in line, waiting for the passport people to do their thing, and you're kind of uncomfortable and a little bit hot and sweaty, right? Like all these experiences that are happening, and to me, there's this constant sort of informal meditative practice that I notice myself going through, and really, what I'm doing when I'm practicing in that way is part of it has to do with attention, so focusing my attention on something of my choosing rather than just letting my attention be mm, sort of jerked around by circumstance. Um, and then becoming aware of sort of where my attention is going and what my thoughts are about the situation that I'm experiencing. Right. So that's sort of the meditative doing portion of it. But then really what I'm going for is I'm trying to get to a place, sort of a state of being where I'm okay with being with whatever's happening outside of me. So the passport line is a good example. It just took forever to get through there. And, my mind is racing. I'm feeling physically uncomfortable, and people around me are feeling agitated. And so it's really just a matter of just noticing all of that and saying, like, yeah, this is, a little bit hot and uncomfortable. And so what do you do with that? Right. And a big part of, I think, mindfulness has to do with just being okay with whatever is happening without things needing to be different. Because if we're not careful, our mind can really attach to certain notions of this shouldn't be this way, and it would be so much better if it were different, and so on and so forth. And then you end up on this hamster wheel, which can be really frustrating. So let's practice that. Let's do a meditation where we sort of really consciously notice the difference between the doing and the end state of mindfulness that we're going for. So let's start by closing our eyes, and we're setting the intention here to meditate. And so this is a formal practice. We're saying we're very clear about what we're doing in this moment. We're starting by closing our eyes, just dropping into the present moment, setting the intention to lean into a process by which we can hopefully experience a state of mindfulness. Sometimes it's really quick, other times it takes a while, other times it's really fleeting and really difficult to get to that place of sort of non-judgmental being. So the meditation part has to do with using our ability to focus our attention, in this case, on the present moment. And so a question there is, how do you know it's the present moment right now? Like, what are the telltale signs of it being now? So for example, notice the body is breathing right here, right now. So noticing physical sensations of breath coming and going. noticing the coming and going of sounds. Sounds are just happening out there, but we can intentionally really pay attention to the sense of hearing. It's almost like you can just wait for the next sound to happen. And when it happens, there can be this moment of awareness of like, oh, there it is. It just happened. And then it'll disappear. It's all a question of whether or not we are aware the sound happened. And we can also focus attention on the mind. So noticing how thoughts are just like sounds, thoughts are constantly appearing and disappearing. Usually we're so enmeshed or engrossed in the content of the thoughts that we're not even aware of the fact that we're thinking. So in this moment, see if you can just hang out, just like the sounds coming and going. Notice thoughts or thinking coming and going. Just noticing the process of thinking rather than the contents of the thoughts. And sometimes it can be helpful to label when you notice a thought appearing, to just silently say to yourself, thinking, just to sort of let the mind and let your awareness know that you were aware of the thought appearing. And we can also become aware of the content of the thoughts. It can be that could be a memory, could be an idea, could be anxiety. Just noticing like every thought has a kind of feeling tone to it. So see if you can just wait for the next thought to appear and then notice what's the quality of the content of that thought. Is it pleasant? Is it unpleasant? Or is it just neutral? And usually pleasant and unpleasant have a kind of attraction there. When we notice it, it usually feeds more thoughts or more engagement. So in the spirit of mindfulness, see if you can just simply observe thoughts coming and going, notice when it's happening, notice the quality, the content, so pleasant or unpleasant, and then just let it all be. If it's really unpleasant, it's okay. If it's really pleasant and attractive, see if you can just notice that without going into it. In my experience, depending on the circumstances or my ability to concentrate or my restedness, that ability to meditate and really sort of stay in that space of noticing thoughts arising, being aware of them, noticing the type of thought that they are, and then being able to just hang back and let it all be, can be quite exhausting and quite difficult. So there's this sense of starting over again and again. And that's in essence what meditation is all about. It's just intentionally becoming more and more familiar with the way mind works. And of course, you can pick any object to focus on. So the mind is one pretty juicy, never-ending source of sort of constantly changing objects to look at. But we can also do it with physical parts of our body. So if you want, for example, just randomly, I'll just pick your eyeballs. And just bring your full attention to the sensation of the eyeballs. And when you notice your eyeballs doing something, see if you can be aware of you noticing that. And then notice if there's any sense of pleasantness or unpleasantness. And then just hang back and let it be. So just notice what the eyeballs are doing and be aware of intentionally observing the eyeballs right now. One of the reasons we practice this so frequently because it's such a foundational part of positivity and well-being is being able to intentionally flex that awareness muscle and focus it where we want it to, on what we want to become or be aware of, and then to be able to just be with whatever we find there on its own terms. It's the foundation for really gaining some semblance of control or capacity to be with the ups and downs of life and unpredictability of it all and discomforts as they arise. So take a deep breath in through the nose, long, slow exhale through the mouth, relaxing the neck and the shoulders. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep going for as long as you can, just emptying the lungs and the belly, and then hold the exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes, coming back to the session. Um, Cool. Pro tip on the meditation and mindfulness practice piece is I think short frequent sessions are better than really long ones. Like really long ones can be like doing a, you know, multi-day silent meditation retreat is really hard work. It's incredibly difficult. So I'd say just doing lots of small ones throughout your day is better. So hope that was helpful. Uh, Good to be back. See you tomorrow.